Once again, my name is Owuno Ogbe, but I'd be happy if you called me Mo. So the Second Corners event of 2026 was on structure. When we start business, it's just us, so we're doing everything. But in that process, you have to start keeping it in the back of the mind. How can these results be produced without me, right? And that's really where systems and structures thinking starts to come into place. One person can only do so much. You need a team, and a team needs to operate around a system, and that system is the structure of the business, right? How you deliver your products, how you market, how you get customers, how you manage your people, how you manage your money.
Structure and systems absolutely changed my life. It's something I didn't believe in initially. And I had many sleepless nights. It's headache after headache. They're calling you at 1 o'clock in the morning, the gen didn't come on, or there's no water and it gets did this. But when you put structure and systems in place and have people handling those things, it's been an absolute game changer. So if you want to really grow and scale, put structure and systems in place.
There is no scale without structure. It's the bones that you put the flesh on, and you absolutely cannot scale without structure. It's just not gonna happen. You will always be working if you don't have a team that can do the work without you. So you, as the founder, you have a responsibility to lead that team. It's also a very big priority role. Again, depends on what stage you're in business, but it's something that you need to give right time to. Now, the operator is the day-to-day of the business. This is taking orders, this is hiring staff, paying your taxes, just everything that you do on a day-to-day basis that keeps the business running. Most times you start off as operators, right? You're the one that does everything. You have this great idea and you're doing all this stuff. As the business starts to grow, you can't do everything by yourself. You need to start to move from the operator to the architect. The operator is the doer, is the one that gets shit done. And the architect is the person that designs systems and designs things that allow things to get done. So honestly, from day one, hopefully you've picked a good business and you're down a good path and you're in a good opportunity vehicle. You need to start having architectural thoughts. Nobody's ever going to wake you up and say, oh, your business is now going to be great. Start systemizing so you can scale. You kind of need to take that bet and you need to start doing it from day one. So while you do everything by yourself, you need to keep in mind that one day I'm not going to do everything by myself. And it is the architect that builds the things that allows others come and do and produce the same results consistently. So from day one, you have to be a mix of operator and architect, and that's really how it works in my view. So making architecture part of your process is not a very natural thing, because as an operator, you're so busy doing everything every time. You really need to make time to build things out, right? And it's tricky because in the moment, it takes less time to do the thing yourself than it will to build system to ensure that this thing is done. But over a longer span of time, that time used to build the system means that subsequent times it takes way shorter time to do, so you ultimately get a big return on your investment for that system you build and put in place. A good framework to think about business in is in buckets, right? Because all the activities that we do all these random things, right? We're doing this and we're selling and we're dealing with customers and we're collecting payments and we're sending invoices out. All this stuff that we do, it makes sense to group similar activities together and put them within buckets, okay? Now, these buckets will vary from one business to another, but generally speaking, I believe there's about 7 buckets that work for every business. And these buckets are very important because ultimately, as a business grows, these buckets kind of become the departments that make up a large organization. If we talk about, say, Chinua Achebe, Things Fall Apart is a great book. If you haven't read it, go read Things Fall Apart. It's a very short book. But it is arguably one of the most important things he did with his life. He probably did a lot of other cool stuff, but it was so important. As important as it was, nobody put pressure on Chinua to finish that book. If it was 100 pages and he wrote 99 pages and left it there,
that book would never get done. And there was no pressure to get one of the most important things in his life done. And that's the thing that happens with systems, right? All the great stuff that we really need to do, no one's going to put pressure on us to do it. So that's why it's important for us to understand these things and create time to get them done. And I think a very good framework for time creation is time blocking. So you literally create time to get things done, as opposed to just allowing life and the pressure of things to make you do things.
And essentially, it's just creating blocks in your day to do different types of things. Every day will not look the same, right? So some days you do some more of this, some other days you do some more of this. A whole day you can spend doing something, right? But it just allows you to start to organize your work, organize yourself in a better way, and make sure that everything that needs to be done will be done. And it will vary for everyone. We all do different businesses, we all have different things, so the needs of our businesses are going to vary. You can literally take a notebook, pen and paper. Monday 9 to 5, this is what I'm doing. I'll be 9 to 1, this is what I'm doing. 2 to 3, this is what I'm doing. Right? The calendar is just a tool. The colors are just tools. They are not the essence of it. The essence is what I actually do in these time frames, right? So that's a very, very, very important thing to hold on to. However it manifests for you, that's the best way.
So when we look at these buckets in our business and all the important stuff that needs to be done, and then we combine it with time blocks where we've created time to get these things done, these two things together can create a great harmony that can lead to a scalable and sustainable business. Okay, so the 3Ds, it's a way to move from all the stuff in your head to actually creating a system in your business that other people can use, right? So it's essentially document, demonstrate, and duplicate. And it is the thing that only you knows how to do. You write it down in a document, and then you get somebody else, and then you use that document to demonstrate how to do that thing well with the person. And then obviously you tweak and feedback until the document is good enough. And then lastly, once that's done, then you can duplicate the results and the output and the outcome from that process. Very, very powerful tool, really, really works. It is the very simple way to take, I am the only person that knows how to do this in my business, to creating something that other people can use to also do what you do and produce the same results that you need as a business.
My partner would always insist that, hey, document this thing and structure and put it in place. And I'm like, for what? It's literally 2 of us here. That mindset from when we had literally almost nothing to now having inventory of 20x, right? Is it 20x? Over 20x. If I didn't imbibe that mindset much younger, we would have, he wouldn't let us fail, but I would have failed ultimately. So I didn't understand it because I'm like, hey, we're still small, we can do this later on. But the real magic is in doing it literally when it's just you and your partner, just you and 2 other people. That's where the real magic is, because when it's now a part of you, it's easy to scale.
Early on in my entrepreneurial days, I would start to think systems from jump, even before I knew I was working on a good opportunity. Sometimes the opportunity would, it'll take off a little bit, it was not going anywhere, but I will start to build systems already, and I'll build systems anticipating what the business will be. That's cool and that's cute, but the truth is that your systems need to be built on reality. So very often when you build systems before you see the reality of things, you are now going to try and be forcing reality to fit the system, as opposed to the system being a response to the reality that you have seen. No matter how clever you are or whatever IQ you have or what's going on in your head, the real world is the real world. I like to think that as entrepreneurs, we often have these ideas in our heads, and then when we execute, our head is this perfect environment where everything works as we imagine. And when we throw it out in the world is this crazy, unpredictable place where nothing works as imagined. So it makes sense to build systems in response to what we have seen in the real world in reality, as opposed to anticipate what we believe reality will be and build systems to that. We try to break down what it means to build structure in business in very practical ways, with a lot of takeaways that people can go home with and start working tonight on structure in the business. We're happy. I'm happy. I think it was well delivered, and looking forward to the beautiful, wonderful things that people do with the information that we shared tonight.
So this is actually the first Corners event that I've gotten to attend, and it was a really good one. I did get to learn a lot. I got reminded about a lot.
Going out today, I can say very confidently that I have gained a lot of knowledge, and I have an idea of how I can, structure my business, my startup, and just create systems for my business and the daily activities so that I can go through the processes better.
I got here early, sat in front, was waiting, and then it was everything that I thought it would be. I came to learn something new, and I learned 3 things. So the first thing I learned was that I need to forgive myself for what I feel like is my fault with the business. I'm doing my best.
So you lay out a plan. It doesn't work out today, no problem. I'm going to sleep and I'm going to wake up tomorrow by God's grace. I will start again afresh tomorrow. Do not punish yourself. Do not beat yourself up. It is a framework that is meant to guide your work, but it is not the end all and be all. You will have days that do not go according to plan. That's guaranteed. But the main point is that because it did not work yesterday, it doesn't mean I'm going to throw it out of the window, right? Which is one thing.
And then secondly, I tend to overplan with certain things. And then Mr. Mo said something about, actually experiencing what you need to create systems for before creating systems, so that you're not going back to the drawing board more times than you need to. And then finally, to come to me. But till then, let's watch this space.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay. Oh, don't miss out on the next one. Follow Corners by Living Room.